Sala Zafara, come to room 222 immediately.
Don't get your hopes up. The bullet went through his heart, and if you hadn't used magic to save him, he would have died.
I can't lose him. Not something that was meant for me.
Can you tell me exactly what happened?
Maya and I had been in our disguises. We had just gone to meet up. I heard a gunshot. Maya pushed me out of the way and he got shot instead. I switched into my warrior outfit and preserved his life while calling the hospital to make sure he got safe.
Highness. I didn't know it was you. This is the bullet that we pulled out during surgery.
I knew exactly who did this the second I saw the bullet that was taken out of Magan's heart. And that Magan was not going to survive. For you see, that bullet was magic. Magic from Dayam Haroth, the Death World. I had seen this bullet before. It was the same type that killed my grandfather, Nananet. That bullet was also meant for me. The bullet that is killing Magan was sent from Methuselah, the Death Bringer. I remember how I was able to speak with grandfather right before he died, through the dream realm. When we got back to the castle, my mother and father looked upon me with a worried look. The look they get when they are hiding something from me. I did not have time to worry about it though. I had to go to the dream realm. I laid parallel to Magan and began the incantation. My body seized, and then I was laying in bed next to him. He looked overjoyed to see me, and he said, I thought I would never see your face again. I thought I was going to be in this black void forever.
I thought I would never see your face again.
I looked him dead in the eyes and started to cry, just as he told me, Gina Gana, you are more powerful than you know, and more important than you know. If I had not stopped that bullet, the prophecy never would have been fulfilled, and he would have ruled. Magan could tell I was mad from the look on my face, and then said, I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from you, but I am not sorry for protecting you. I think it is time you learned who you truly are, along with all the powers that you possess, and what the full prophecy is. Before the realms were created, there was one woman, Elia Urel, God's warrior. She was sent from the heavens to protect the realms from who was yet to come. Shaul Chavez, her brother. Shaul Chavez wanted to take control of the new world. His idea of ruling was a dictatorship, where everyone had to listen to him, and if they did not, they would be killed. Elia Arel, being sent from God, had the most powerful magic, and banished Shaul Chavez to the realm of death. She created a magical seal with a prophecy, so that only one who was worthy and had a heart of kindness could rule the realm.
The one born of kindness and love will be my child, and from they'll be even more powerful than me. They will unite under the realms, under kindness and rule just. However, if they are killed before they win the war by any of Shaul Chavez's descendants or followers, he will come into power. They will realize their power when the one they love is taken from them. And then they will become the Heidi Eda Davi, leaders of the realms, the most powerful warrior. The goddess When they win the battle, they will gain back the ones that they have lost and will rule the realms and sit on the table of the heavens as daughter to the God, my creator.
I then realized I am the leaders of the realm, the most powerful warrior, and the prophecy had begun. The one I loved was taken from me, and now I must go to the death realm and defeat Shalshavas if I ever wanted to gain back the ones I have lost and protect all the realms. When the prophecy was done being told, Magan said the most heart-wrenching words I have ever heard. Gina Gahan, Queen of Light, powerful woman, my warrior queen. I love you, but it is time for me to go. I know you will save me, but I must leave now. I awoke from the dream realm to see my father and mother standing in front of me, for they knew the prophecy had begun, and I was about to become Haidi Ediva-e, leader of the realms, the most powerful warrior, the goddess. Before I left to prepare for my long journey, my parents told me the true story of me.
Your mother could not bear a child, even though it was our dream to have a family. I didn't care. I loved your mother very much. So we vowed to rule kindly and just and never stop loving each other. Then we were visited by Ila Ru. She told us that she was going to bless us with a daughter who would fulfill our prophecy and be the most powerful being in the world, for she would always rule with a heart of kindness, and she will be the strongest warrior.
On the day of your birth, Elia Erel visited us again with all those who sit on the table of the heavens to give us their blessings, which gave you even more powers than what your birthright. They also gave us a way to call them when it was time for you to fulfill the prophecy.
As I prepared for the journey, I remembered all the wisdom I had received from the gods, and told my parents I loved them and teleported to the realm of the sea. I was welcomed by Aphrodite and Poseidon. Then I dove into the water for the first time since I was given the ability to breathe underwater. Aphrodite took me to the entrance of the underworld. However, before I entered, she warned me of the dangers within. She gave me a hug, and her son swam up and gave me one too, and she said,
Do not get distracted by the ones you love. He will use that against you. You have to remember the mission.
Do not get distracted by the ones you love. He will use them against you. You have to remember the mission.
As I dropped into Methuselah's prison cell, I felt pity for him and realized he was not killing out of his own will. He was controlled by his father. As Methuselah walked into his prison cell, I hid behind a wall and called upon the power of remembering, and saw the horrors that Methuselah went through, and that all the death that he inflicted was not of his own free will. Instead of my original plan of knocking him out using the power of dream, I just grabbed him and accessed the power of protection and mind reading. Methuselah did not struggle or fight, or do anything when I grabbed him. He rather just said,
Finally, I agree.
You think a little electricity could hurt me? I'm going to win. You're going going to die, but first I want you to watch me disintegrate your father and your love from existence. I want you to know it's because you love them. You think love is a weakness.
I then summoned upon all the powers of the gods and my true power, my compassion and love for everyone. I started to glow as I became Heidi Ada Davi. I ripped out the powers of Shaul Chavez and turned back the clock to make him a child again, so we could have another chance at kindness and to rule loving and have a great childhood. When I opened my eyes, I was in an unfamiliar place. Everyone was there, all the gods, my parents, along with all the lost souls, everyone I had just saved from all the realms. When I looked at how I was dressed, I was not in my warrior outfit anymore. Rather, I was in a goddess outfit, and I was wearing a crown that sparkles like the stars. Then, suddenly, before I could even think about it, they were all bowing to me. They began saying in unison, "All hail, Goddess Gina Gahan, Heidi Ada Davi, the savior and our new ruler forevermore." I did it. I saved everyone. But then I realized someone was missing. Maya Magan. Almost on cue, everyone made a path for him. As he walked down to me, he got on one knee and asked, "Gina Gahan, Heidi Ada Davi, will you marry me?" I was so overjoyed I jumped into his arms and kissed him. I answered, yes, yes, of course. Two weeks later, I was at the bottom of the heaven staircase with my parents in my arms, looking up to see my future husband. When we reached the top of the staircase, my dreams came true. I married the man I loved. But there was a surprise at the end. What neither of us knew was when you married the ruler of the gods and goddesses, you became one. So my beloved Maya Magan became Maya Magan, the god of protection. Maya Magan and I lived happily protecting the realms and waiting for our future family. We did not get a happy ending because this is a happy beginning.